Welcome back, my dear student. In this lecture here, I'm going to show you how to turn on a feature that we need in development to see the mistakes we make in our code. PHP will let us know if we have some type of syntax error. Okay, so go to your local host in your XAMPP folder and go to your PHP info, and here we're gonna have the server information. I'm gonna type in Command F or Control F for Windows. I'm gonna look for display underscore error. Okay, and if I maximize this, you can see that I found it right here. Make sure that yours is on. Alright, because this is going to let us know. Some of you have this off, and when you make a mistake in your syntax, you're gonna spend hours looking for the mistake and you can't tell what it is. But this, if it's on, is going to tell you. If it's off, what you need to do is you need to find your PHP.ini file. In this, you will find that I'll show you right now. Go to your XAMPP folder. Some of you have it on the C drive because you're using Windows, and I'm using a Mac, so I have it on the applications. But find your XAMPP folder, then find your etc folder, and then inside there you find your PHP.ini file. Drop it in your co-editor like this right here. You're gonna drop it. It's gonna look like this. I'm gonna make this a little smaller. Alright, and then what you do is you search for it. Alright, I press Command F on my co-editor and I can look for it, and then we find this line right here. Mine is line 533, and you can see that mine's on. Alright, if you have it off, again, what you need to do is, if you have it like this, change it to on. Make sure it's a capital O there, and save it. Go to your control manager on XAMPP and restart your services. You click here, and then for MySQL and for Apache, you restart everything. Alright, once you do that, then you can go back to that page right here, refresh, and in this case we're gonna have to go back to PHP info and make sure that when you search for it again, it's on. Alright, you double check it's on to make sure it's on. Another feature is that you make sure that you have output buffering on too. I have it with 4096 bytes. Alright, if you have it off, alright, go back here, search for it. Output, there we go, buffering. That's not it. I'm gonna look at it a second time. I got it on line 264. And I have the values of 4096. Okay, so make sure you change that on your output buffering. Alright, this has output buffering here too, 496 and 496. If change that, and the second one, change that. Okay, so anyway, you should be good to go after that. Just make sure you save this, restart your services, and you are good to go. Later on, the reason why we're turning this on here for output buffering is because the header sometimes sends information when it sends a request, and we have some space in between the header of the file when it leaves. It's called white space. If we have some white space here and that file gets sent to the server gives us an error. Okay, you can look for more information about the output buffering, but just know that we need it. Later on, we're gonna have to turn it on manually like this. Let me just show you right here like this with this function ob underscore start, and we put it at the header all the way in the first line of that file that we will be using a function called header right here. This function right here is going to redirect us to another page. We're going to use this function to do that. And if we use this function and don't start the output buffering on that specific page later on, we will have a problem. Alright, so always pay attention to that. If we use this function, you get an error saying, oh, header's already being sent, then know that it's because you're not turning this on manually on that specific page. But anyway, thank you so much for watching this lecture here, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care.